So, how you doing, everybody? As you can see from the title below, it's a little bit different than what we usually do on Transformer Tuesday. It is a movie review. So, if you have not seen the movie, please beware. It's a little bit of a spoiler here. So, if you haven't seen it, you're willing to see it, or you just want to hear this and then go see it, whichever or, please remember, I'm telling a little bit about the movie, so don't say I didn't warn you before we got into it. So shut off the video. Just leave that thumbs up and that subscribe though. And then you could come back to the video later on after you see the movie, which would be really cool. Anyway, before we get into that, you know that little thing over there? That thing that looks like that? Touch that. Touch it and it'll turn and you'll hit a like on the video. And also you go over there, you hit that totally for free subscription, and then you come back and you watch this and tell me what you thought in the description on the description down below, or the comment section. You can actually the comment section, not the. You can go to the comment section and tell me if you agree, disagree, or what you didn't or did like in the movie. And if you saw it, please go for it. Anyway, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and the reason why I usually never do more than two robots at a time, so or two Transformers at a time. So as you can see, we have RC, we have Air Razor, and Cheetor, and Optimus there. Optimus is not one of the figures, but they all are from Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron, as you can see from the boxes there below. So, like I said, if you haven't seen the movie and you're going to see it, don't watch this. Turn it off now. Um, it didn't get the most amazing reviews in the world. Now, listen, personally, I liked it because one, well, number one, it's made for people that are fans of Transformers, and especially like you can't deny that the Netflix movies, the War for Cybertron trilogy, and everything like that, or the little mini series, if you will, they were really good. They were really good. That's the best job since the 80s cartoon, I would have to say. So, definitely, it's up there. The Bumblebee movie, really good movie. It wasn't exact to the story, it had some different nuances to it, but really good and really well done. The Michael Bay movies, I know a lot of people are not big fans of them. Not saying that I'm a huge fan. Nothing can ever beat the 1980s animated movie. Just remember that before you go in and look at anything. But Bumblebee was a really good movie. Now, my thoughts, I would really have liked them to use the Bumblebee movie as the establishment for this movie, so we didn't have to go into all this storytelling in the beginning. It did kind of, and mind you, I've gone to movies where I was exhausted because I was doing stuff and working the day before, whatever, and I dozed off a little bit. I did not doze off. They kept me there and in the movie. And there was a lot of kids there too. They enjoyed it as well. I had my son with me, of course, and he really enjoyed it. We really all enjoyed the movie. It was really good. I definitely would give it a way better score than a lot of people are giving it. Now, I would have liked to them to have continued off of the Bumblebee movie. I would have liked them to establish Optimus more so than they did, because they didn't really establish him much in the Bumblebee movie. They made him look super heroic in this movie. In the beginning, he kind of looked like a jerk. I know, it's Optimus. How can Optimus look like a jerk? But he kind of looked like a jerk in the beginning of the movie, which kind of made me a little bit upset, but he came around after that, so I forgive Optimus for his offensive jerkness. Um, so now, as I said, these guys were some of the characters in there. There was other characters. Um, I thought it was really cool. Like I said, Optimus kind of looked like a jerk in the beginning, but he came around. He came around. He became a true leader and a true what do you call it? A true person in there. I guess. Well, could you say person that he's a robot? But he was played by a person, so why can't we say that? Anyway, I would definitely. Like I said, I thought it was good. It dragged a little bit in the beginning because they had to establish the characters, but I really enjoyed it. I would have to say definitely go see. I mean, if you're watching this, you're a Transformer fan anyway. So, I mean, it goes without saying that you would want to go watch it. But I would definitely watch it. It was one of the better ones out of all the different movies that they have put out. So, I would definitely go for it and watch it. Now, Unicron was the antagonist, the evil person in this. Definitely really cool to see Unicron and very, very well done. They didn't give like all these different aspects, but he was really good. I really liked Unicron and I liked his henchmen. That really ruthless, evil, badass type of guy. Really enjoyed that. I was very happy with it. Now, when we go into the Autobot characters, number one, Mirage was confusing because we all associate the Porsche to be Jazz, and I'm pretty sure we all thought it was going to be Jazz, and it's actually Mirage. Like I said, spoiler alert, man. So that is Mirage, but he was a Porsche Indy race car in the original cartoon and everything. I understand they couldn't have a race car driving all over New York. It would make no sense. So they had to do something a little bit different and change it up. So, okay, it wasn't an exact copy of Jazz, and it didn't have the, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of. It didn't have the artistic or the markings of Jazz, the paint job of the vehicle of Jazz. So, that I can excuse. Wheeljack, though, I can't excuse. Why was he a weird dude with glasses who looked like a robot version of Steve Urkel? And he was a Volkswagen van. He was a van in the original, but he wasn't a Volkswagen van, so I don't know about that one there. That was a little bit off there. But and Mirage was basically one of the main characters in this movie, which was kind of odd because if you really go and look at it, you know, Mirage wasn't a real, you know, he wasn't really a part of the movie or a part of the TV series originally. So it is a tad bit different in this, I guess you could say. So we have the main characters, the human characters was Noah, Ellen, and Chris Diaz, which they were good. They were really good. Noah kind of dragged a little bit in the beginning, but you got to know him and like him. So it was really good as far as that goes. Um, and then we have the different people that played the different characters, of course. Um, like I said, it was a good movie. It was really good. Like, it really kept you entertained. The beginning, like I said, dragged a little bit. But hey, you gotta establish the story. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, we have the cast here, the writers. Um, I'm trying to remember who that person was. Oh, no, I know. So, we did have a couple of characters here. I'm looking for they're giving all the human characters in this. They're not giving the people that did the voiceovers, which I wish they did. Because I just wanted to see the cat. I wanted to get more along the lines of the characters. Optimus Prime, there we go. Optimus Prime, Airazor, Mirage, the characters that were in it. So if you want to run down of the characters, we have let's see, Bridge. We have RC, Milgard, Airazor, Transit, Rhinox, Nightbird, Unicron, Wheeljack, Cheetor, Bus. Wait, what? Am I missing somebody? So, like I said, Unicron was really cool. The only thing, the original Unicron voice, Orson Welles, who has an amazing voice, and if you're not familiar with Orson Welles, I would definitely do my research and check him out. He was a really cool, interesting character. And other movies that he was in other than the original Transformer movie. He was in what you call it, Rosebud, and also American Hot Wax. Really, really good movies if you want to see a cool movie. In American Hot Wax, you have a young Jay Leno and Fran Drescher from The Nanny, who were both young in the movie. So, in that movie, American Hot Wax, which was really cool. Like I said, some of the characters were offsetting. I do understand you can't keep Bumblebee as a Volkswagen Beetle because he's small and everything. And he was really cool as the Camaro, so I can live with that. And the action was amazing in the movie. The fight scene, the fight to the end, everybody joined in to help was really, really cool. Now, like I said, I told you in the beginning, if you haven't seen it, don't watch this. But they have in the end, they show Noah, the main character, the guy who's former military, talking about a job as security, and he's talking to G.I. Joe guy. I don't remember who it was, if they said who it was anyway. But he's talking to G.I. Joe. So I did hear where they were going to tie in the two, since they were both, you know, kind of together in the 80s, if you will. So I knew they were going to tie in the two eventually. I'm just trying to sit and figure and wrap my head around how are you going to intertwine these guys into the Transformer trilogy. I mean, honestly, the G.I. Joe's movies were pretty bad, if you will. They were pretty crappy, so I don't know how they're going to tie it in for all the G.I. Joe fans. I like G.I. Joe too, so don't get me wrong, but for all the G.I. Joe fans, hopefully this brings a better series to them, to G.I. Joe. That would be really cool for all the G.I. Joe people out there, and I'd definitely like to see a better G.I. Joe movie. It's a little bit easier to do that with humans than it is with the Transformers. Although with the technology we have today, it's simply easy. But anyway, it did take place in New York, which was cool. If you're familiar with New York, you kind of get the feel of the movie. So it was really cool to see that as well. And like I said, Unicron's really cool in it. His henchmen were really cool in it. Everything, it was just a really good movie. Like I said, Optimus came off as kind of a jerk to the humans at first, but eventually came around and became the true hero type guy we were used to as we were a kid, which was really cool to see. You waited for it through the entire movie. It kind of disappointed you. You're like, wait a minute, why is Optimus being like that? So, but yeah, they offered him a job, G.I. Joe. So it's interesting. Number one, are they gonna have him go and join G.I. Joe and have him as a character in the G.I. Joe movie, which would be kind of cool with the tie-in? And then they're gonna have kind of the Spike and what was the dad's name again? Anyway, Spike and the son. Are we gonna have them in the movie then? Are we gonna go true to the 80s, or are we gonna just, like I said, I wish they would have done something a little bit establishing Optimus in a different movie before this. It would have been cool if we would have seen kind of like, because we saw Bumblebee and we saw him leave, go to Earth, and we saw Optimus and them still on Cybertron fighting. It would have been really cool to see kind of a mostly take place on Cybertron type movie before we went into a movie like this. I think that would have been really cool because number one, that would establish Optimus. That's the biggest thing that it would have done. But it also would have established him, and you would have been sitting there in the beginning of the movie being like, yo, what's this guy like this? But anyway, and also in the timeline, when we were kids and we watched it, we had them land on Earth, and then it went on for a few years, and then we had a little dead spot there we didn't have it, and then we had the Beast Wars. So I wish they would have done something in between before they did the Beast Wars. That would have been perfect. But anyway, I definitely give this 10 out of 10. This movie was really, really cool, really good. Hits right up there with the Bumblebee movie. Really good movies. Really gives you nostalgia and everything. So definitely check it out. We did a little bit something different. Hopefully you guys like it. I mean, there's not a Transformer movie out coming out all the time, so you'll get a little taste of something different from the channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And like always, peoples, have a great day.